start that off with the cooked and baked list, like we
Best
always
part of the
do.
week right here.
Oh yeah, we are full on set on about what's happening, and if you know our show, you know that we are going to be talking cooked or no baked first. Actually, excuse me, that's cooked. I always do that. Baked, cooked and baked before Thanksgiving. Now, I want to start off by saying JSN. I think he's the best wide receiver in the league. I don't think it's even a. I don't think it's close anymore. I was wrong. At the beginning of the season, I think I was right that he wasn't the best receiver because Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson were just coming off of crazy seasons, especially Jamar Chase. But now he's on the cook list, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But look, JSN, I don't even know, man. I mean, I know they
He's
play the
putting up
Titans.
historic numbers, and
Yeah,
obviously this week was against Tennessee, but he
right.
made them look like children.
Yeah,
And that's what he's been doing to everyone all season. I mean, he completely takes the Seattle offense with Sam Darnold from probably, I would say, still above average to elite.
yeah,
Now, unless Sam Darnold's playing against the Rams, because he can't play against the Rams for some reason.
right.
But
No, yeah, I respect JSN. I think he's a steal in the draft if you got him past the first round. I think that's a steal of a pick. But yeah, he's great. Miles Garrett, man, he would be at the top right now if JSN didn't exist. Miles Garrett is doing some unspeakable things too.
how many sacks do you think he's going to end with? I got to go with like 25, 26. I think that's a fair number.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's got to be up there, bro. I think that's got to be the range that we have to give him right now. What he has
I mean, he's
18
at
right
what,
now.
18 already
Yeah, 18 and a
through
half maybe. Dude, I don't even know.
11, 12 games, something like that. Like, it's,
He has still a half a season left pretty much. And like we're barely getting started. You know what I mean? We're barely getting like into the thick of things. And I'm just impressed by Miles Garrett, dude. I don't know. I think that he's the best defensive player of our generation. I think he's the closest thing to JJ Watt. Maybe when it's all said and done, he'll be better. But speaking of a Watt, TJ Watt broke JJ's record for the sack. What was it? Sack. I think he's a sack leader in the family now or something like that, all time, which is an amazing feat because JJ was so dominant. But JJ also was injured a lot. So
I mean, JJ's prime was up there with the best of them.
right. And
TJ's longevity, I think, is probably a little bit better than what JJ's was. Like,
right, that's why, yeah.
yeah, I mean,
That's why he surpassed him, which I
mhm.
respect.
JJ's just like TJ got injured. He's gotten injured in the past, but like not to the level that JJ did when he was on Houston.
Yeah, I love TJ, but I'll never be able to put him above JJ because what I saw when I was younger is ridiculous. But they're both up there for me. George Pickens, I think he's better than CD Lamb right now, dude. Right now.
I can't disagree with you. As a CD Lamb fantasy owner, I've watched wide receiver one on that team get transferred over. Like, I mean, CD dropped what, 3 passes on Sunday? Like, it was ridiculous. Guy could not catch the football.
Yeah, he was I mean, to be fair though, they kind of shade his way. They kind of shade like the sky's a double team to him every single time he's on the field. So in that regard, he's still number one. But if we're talking about, stats and, production, George Pickens is I still don't understand why the Steelers got rid of him because I mean, you could have had a smaller at least something sparking with the Steelers right now if they had, you know, DK Metcalf and George Pickens on the team. But I understand that the Cowboys had to push something. And I'll get to GMs in a minute. We're going to talk a little bit about GMs because I think that some of these teams have a problem with the GMs and we just haven't really been looking at it. But before all of that, Devontae Adams, I am so happy that you're doing so good, man. He's one of my favorite receivers ever.
I
I
mean,
think
I wanted him to come back to Green Bay this offseason. I think I don't remember if we had started our podcast yet, but I was definitely vocal about it on Hawk Talk back when we were all still back in college. Like, I wanted Tay to come back to Green Bay, and I was disappointed when they didn't even really give him a look. And
yeah.
I mean, he's still the question I have for you is, do you think Tay and Puka could like go band for band against CD and Pickens? Because like those are probably the top 2 duos at wide receiver 1 and 2 in the NFL right now.
I do. I mean, Dak's a good quarterback, man. I don't think he's as good as Stafford, but Dak's damn good. But he can get the ball to either one of them any time of the day. It just depends on the defenses at that point. I think the Rams defense is a lot better than the Cowboys defense. And the Cowboys defense, although they did show out against AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, you got to understand that Jalen Hurts is a little bit limited when it comes to deep ball throws sometimes. He's becoming a better moon ball thrower, but I don't think I just don't think he's up to par with any of those other guys. But I disagree with this. Torrey Horton is good. Very good, but he's not that level. There's levels to this, man.
I mean, when you look at Pickens and Lamb and Adams was a top two. We called him, my friends and I called him top two and not two back in the day. Like he was the best receiver in football at one point. And now I know that was 3-4 years ago at this point, but he's still got one of the best first steps in the entire NFL. That's stutter, man. No one can keep up with it.
Yeah. We got a lot of good baked this week. That's not too much cooked this week, but there's a lot of in depth that we're gonna get to. Who had better Pewaukee highlights? I'm assuming you're referring to TJ and JJ. I think TJ had better stats or.
Well, JJ played tight end up until college, didn't he?
Yeah, he played in. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, TJ had Derek Watt had a lot of good Pewaukee highlights. Fun fact. I don't know if anyone knew that, but he was pretty damn good too. But I think TJ had the better defensive highlights because I remember I was in 5th grade and he was a senior. He was dominating, but that was fun to watch. But where were we? CMC, dude. I don't know how he's not banged up. He's banged up every single year, and then this year he gets all of the production possible, and he's like healthy.
It's funny because every single person on that team except him is hurt this year, pretty much. Like they don't have anyone else. Brock Purdy's been out of the lineup. The entire defense has been out. Brandon Ayuk hasn't played.
Kittle was out for 4 weeks.
He could be a nominee for Cooked at this point, just because of how everything's played out with him. But
yeah, Matt Stafford, I think he could win the MVP this year. I don't want him to because people will start putting him in conversation with Aaron Rodgers. I just don't think it's close. I know if Matt Stafford wins another ring, that's still going to be inevitable, but still, I think Aaron Rodgers takes the mound there still every time. But Matt Stafford's great. I think Matt Stafford is doing things that a lot of people don't really understand what's going on. He has 30 touchdowns in the past 6 games, or something like that. And he hasn't thrown a pick. So
he's aging like a fine wine. That's what
I will say. Like, he does have the best offensive coach in the league. I just Sean McVay is ridiculous. I should have put him on here too. He's one of my favorite coaches. But Matt Stafford, good for you, man. Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't even know what I witnessed the other day. I mean, he was just putting belt to the Giants. I don't know. I feel bad for you guys because you have to play him on Thursday, but he's looking good, dude. And we'll get to your Packers soon. Thanksgiving games
right there, literally right there.
Yeah. Gibby is doing some stupid stuff right now. He's like on pace almost with Jonathan Taylor. Is just very slept on right now. So good for him. Jordan Love.
I thought he was bang average in that game. I think part of it was that LaFleur didn't want to make him throw the football. This game, like the way that the Packers approached this game was so strange because we talk about load management in the NBA. It almost felt like they load managed that game a little bit. Like I think if Josh Jacobs really in his heart of hearts wanted to play, he could have. He didn't.
I don't think he should have though. I think it was a good thing.
Oh no, I'm not saying he should have, but if they were in a worse situation than what they were in, and it was a team that was probably, if it was like the Vikings weren't 9 as a football team, like represented as a football team right now, but like they didn't even like the entire second half. Love barely threw the football. Like it was pretty clear once that special teams touchdown happened, they were just on cruise control. Like they didn't even, Love threw the ball like 20 times. Manuel Wilson ran it for 28. Like this was their load management game to get ready for Thursday because they know that game means a bit more.
Yeah, I don't know. Jordan Love he's so weird to me. I think it's Matt LaFleur, but still, Jordan Love is he got to step it up to me. Famous Jameis. I don't know what the hell's going on in New York.
He's the most entertaining quarterback in football.
I think it's not. I don't even think it's close. I think he can play a good team like the Lions every week and do what he did. On Sunday. I think
He caught a 30-yard touchdown. He
and like it
juked a defender.
wasn't even like defended well, and he was like he caught it, stiff armed the guy, and what, bro? I don't understand how he deserves like a max backup contract. I don't know what that looks like, but like he literally deserves all the money in the
I mean,
world.
he's the most entertaining player. Like, you could say what you want about Josh Allen or Mahomes, or I don't think Mahomes is very entertaining in all honesty, but like Lamar is a lot of fun to watch. I would argue Jameis is just as fun in a different way because you never know what you're gonna get with him. He's almost like a new age Ryan Fitzpatrick, and where like he could either give you 400 yards and 6 touchdowns, or he could give you 150 and 4 interceptions. You just don't know what you're going to get.
I kind of love that. I kind of love that about the NFL. They find these guys who can just be so wishy washy, but like when they're like on top and at the high of the highs, they're like one of the best quarterbacks in the league for like no reason.
Yep,
and
it's so much fun to watch.
I feel like Jameis could do that, but like he just throws so many picks. I don't even think he cares. He has to throw it, but. Good for him. I was happy. I was rooting for them that game. I'm not gonna lie. I thought they were gonna win, but Lions are a little bit too good. Pat Mahomes played really good this week. I won't lie. I think he played pretty well. I think the first half was a little bit so, but the second half he kind of turned it up a little bit. I will say this is one of the games that I think that it's because of him they won the game, offensively at least. Daniel Jones did his part of giving the Chiefs the win, in my opinion, but. I think I don't know. I think that's going to be a good playoff matchup if it does happen. I really hope the Chiefs don't make it because the Bills are the 7th seed right now. Fun fact. So I don't know how that's going to work.
I might be in the minority on this. I'm not high on the Bills whatsoever.
Oh no, we'll get to that, man. Trust me.
I've seen this song and dance every single year from them. It feels like they're getting like slight incrementally worse year over year too.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're just slowly losing more of that high end talent. Yep. Every year, and like it's just not being replaced, especially in the wide receiver core. It's not good. Like it's a bad situation. Keon Coleman is not turned into what they need him to be. Josh Allen is forced to play hero ball a lot of the time, and even when he isn't, I think he does it a little bit too much from time to time, where he tries to turn into Brett Favre, and when you try to play like Brett Favre, you're going to get some of the other side of Brett Favre too.
Yeah. Pat Mahomes, I think he's still playing pretty consistent. I won't lie. A lot of games he's just not that good. And
I don't like the Chiefs. Like that's just not right. Like, and not in the sense like I dislike them, which I don't, which is
I love
true,
Cream
I
Hunt.
don't.
I love Cream Hunt. I always have.
But like the rest, like that team, like I don't know if Andy Reid is losing his step. Like the wide receivers are kind of just mediocre besides Rashee Rice.
I think
Travis Kelce is 36. Like
I don't think anyone's scared of them. That's why
I'm not really moved by them, to be honest.
No one's scared of them.
They're fine.
They saw what happened to them in the Super Bowl, and no one's scared of them anymore. I think anyone who plays the Chiefs thinks that they can beat them or knows that they can beat them. So
now the hardest part is going if they somehow find a way to get home playoff games, which doesn't seem very possible right now because the Broncos are just a locomotive. But I mean,
Davis Mills outplayed Josh Allen. That was a fun watch.
Is Davis Mills better than CJ Stroud?
No, no, but I wish he was. I think CJ Stroud's horrible.
I think it's closer than most people give credit for.
Davis Mills looks really good. I mean, he looked bad in the first quarter, and then the next 3 he was ridiculous. Will Anderson at the Texans D line is also amazing. I think Will Anderson might be better than Micah Parsons. I don't know.
I think they're about on the same level.
I don't know if that's a crazy take, but I think Will Anderson's ridiculous.
Will Anderson also has Danielle Hunter on his opposite side. Micah Parsons is Rashawn Gary.
That's not bad. I mean, Danielle Hunter's pretty damn good, but
I'm not super high on Rashawn Gary. Like a lot of us Packers fans are kind of sick of him because he'll show up once out of every 4 games.
Yeah. I don't know. That D-line's really nice, though. Shedeur Sanders. Look, I know the stats didn't show, but I'm trying to tell you, the eye game is ridiculous with him. If you go back and watch that game, you can see the bright spots. I will say this. He was not a 5th-round pick, okay? He was first or second, in my opinion, this year. And he's about to prove to everyone why he was and why the Browns may have gotten a steal in the draft by getting maybe their franchise quarterback. Notice I said maybe. I don't know if he is. I don't know if his career in Cleveland is going to last, but I think Shedeur Sanders can genuinely show everyone in the league, like, hey, you passed me up multiple times and I got picked by the worst team in the league. Like, here we go. Let's do it. I'm the guy. And Dylan Gabriel, they're both in the bad situation. I think they both get treated pretty poorly. Dylan Gabriel, in the sense of he gets all the blame because he throws dirt balls. I mean, he hasn't thrown. I don't think he's completed a pass over 20 yards this season, and Shedeur has done it twice. So in one game, by the way. So I don't know. The coaches are also just not doing right by them, Stefanski specifically. We'll get Stefanski pretty soon as well.
I will say, like, if there's Shedeur didn't really wow me, I guess, in this game. Like the deep ball to Isaiah Bond was incredible. Like that actually had me like, wow, when that happened.
Bright spot. The bright spots outshine the
negative. Yeah, like he did what Dylan Gabriel didn't in any of his opportunities. He flashed. Like he flashed potential out there.
I didn't see any flashes with Dylan Gabriel. I didn't.
It's like Dylan Gabriel, like he had there were some stats that I heard. He had the lowest depth of target in the NFL and one of the worst completion percentages. Like, how is that possible? You're throwing checkdowns and you can't even complete them.
He was almost worse than 9. I don't know how that's possible. But Judkins, Wildcat Merchant. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know why they're deciding to call that when Shedeur's on the field. Kind of weird to me, but we'll get to that in a little bit. I really like Trey Tucker, the Raiders slot wide receiver. I really like him. He's really good. Caleb Williams. He kind of, not gonna lie, kind of diced up the Steelers a little bit, dude. I know you guys did too, but they played a little bit closer than you guys did. But I like Caleb, man. I think he's doing really good this year. And DJ
in
Moore,
fairness to the Bears, though, they were without Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, Tremaine Edmonds, and their other starting linebackers, and they still found a way to win. I'm not saying that I think the Chicago team's winning a Super Bowl this year, even with all those guys healthy, but they're taking steps in the right direction. And I think there's a legitimate shout here that if the Lions keep kind of stumbling over themselves a little bit, like they have for the first time, I think, since Dan Campbell's really taken over and brought this team up, the Packers trip over themselves like crazy too. I think there is an opportunity here for Chicago to win the division.
DJ Moore is also kind of coming alive. I think they moved him to slot a little bit, and it's actually working for him pretty well. He looked really good in the inside as a wide receiver, not on the outside. He doesn't really look good that way. Michael Pittman had a really good week against the Chiefs. I thought he played great. He was on my fantasy team, so I kind of had to shout him out. It looked pretty good. Kenneth Gainwell, I'm a big fan of him, man. I think he's really good. He does everything. He catches, he receives, he blocks. I think he's very underrated running back. He's not like a top 10 running back or anything like that, but he's very underrated in those regards of just production and moving the offense and helping score big plays. He's very explosive in that way. Drake May was okay. Stats don't show the whole game. he played really bad in the first half against the worst defense in the league. And I know they have some good coaches over there in Cincinnati, but Drake May, you were showing how young you are in this league, but you backed it up. You won the game.
I mean, that's something I think people forget about him. He's a second-year quarterback. He's not going to be the grizzled 10-year vet every single game. And, sometimes he's going to have a clunker like that. That's just part of being young. And they still won the game. So just scrap it and move on.
Chase Brown had a good game, finally, over 100 yards. He actually was, pretty productive. Hunter Henry, career game. He's kind of a sleeper tight end this year. I'm not gonna lie. Former Charger, I really like him. I wish we kept him. Derrick Henry carried the Ravens to a win. We'll get to that carried part in a minute. I'm a little disappointed, but for the rest of this list, Sam Darnold played great. Chimere Dike, I love you, Chimere Dike. He torched me in high school in the track at Kettle Moraine. I'll never forget. He torched me every time. But when we played 7-on-7,
he went to Arrowhead, right?
No, he went to Waukesha North.
But, he did? Really? I thought he went to Arrowhead. Oops.
No. He Chimere, he was always good. But when we played 7-on-7 against him in high school, he didn't really do nothing against us. But look, I always knew after seeing him play at Madison and being able to catch passes from Graham Mertz that this guy would be something special. I think he was I think he was just in the wrong spot in Madison and moved to Florida or Miami or wherever he went, and got his stats up a little bit. Got some scouts to look at him a little bit more. Cam Ward played a lot better this week. This is a lot closer than it was supposed to be. The Titans versus Seahawks.
I mean, they put up a fight in that game. Like,
yeah,
I expected that to be 37-3 in the second quarter and over, because that's how Seattle had been running through teams before. Cam Ward, like that one throw across his body to the middle of the field, like that's an elite play right there.
I think the Titans found them, a really good wide receiver, Chimere, 4th-round pick. Cam Ward needs a little work, man. I don't know. I still, you can't convince me still that he's better than Will Levis, but I
mean, the thing is though, is Cam's ceiling is so much higher than what Will Levis's is at this point. Like,
I guess
Will Levis has been in the league for a couple years now. It's like, is he better right now? Maybe a little bit, but
he was a rookie last year. He didn't even get a chance, really.
I thought he was last year I thought he was a sophomore.
I don't think so.
I think this is year 3 for Levis.
Oh, well, either way, I don't think he's been put in the best situations.
Neither one of them have. That team's an abomination.
Right. Dak had an amazing game. I've been praising Dak all year. I think he's just a little inconsistent in some games. Cowboys defense is very underrated this year. Jerry Jones is, I'm not gonna lie, he put together a really good D line.
I think he cooked at the trade deadline. Now, if they would have kept Micah, oh boy, this could have been a Super Bowl caliber roster, in my opinion. Because the biggest thing that they were lacking all year, and now they got the Marvion Overshone back too, was just pass rush. Like, that's why they struggled so much on defense those first 8 weeks or whatever, was they had no pass rush. And now they got Quinnen Williams in there. Overshone is back. If they had Micah, man, I think they could be right up there with Philly.
Kenny Clark looks good too. I mean, they are up there with Philly. It seems like they just beat them by 3. I don't know. So it looks.
I mean, Philly's just found ways to win those 1-score games, and Dallas hasn't. That's what it comes down to.
Yep, and that's exactly what they were able to do this weekend. And Jalen Hurts was okay. He was great in the first half, 21-0 at one point, by the way. And then he was okay. I don't know what happened exactly. Maybe the coaching staff on the Dallas side just decided to wake up a little bit. But Nick Sirianni's
Kevin Petula is not a help for them at all. Like, there's a reason that offense looked dominant last year and they look awful this year. And it's not the talent on the team. It's the offensive coordinator. Kellen Moore got lured away to the Saints, and it's just completely screwed everything up. Look at the talent on this team. A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Jalen Hurts. Most of the O-line still intact. And they can't score points. It makes absolutely zero sense.
Yeah. A.J. Brown caught some balls this week. Can't complain too much. Devontae Smith, big fan of you, man. Deep balls, always Devontae Smith's. It doesn't matter where it is. Doesn't matter who it's against. Devontae Smith will always be there. Mondale Robinson. I have a cool stat here. This season, he has more receiving yards than Devontae Smith, Chris Olave, Rome Odunze, T. Higgins, DK Metcalf, and A.J. Brown. More catches than Drake London, Ladd McConkey, Emeka Egbuka, Nico Collins, Jalen Waddle. More touchdowns than CeeDee Lamb. Hold on, if it went away for a second. CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, and Brian Thomas Jr. Mondale Robinson's very underrated. I think he is one of the better receivers in the league.
I think if the Giants can get healthy next year with Dart, Scadaboo, Neighbors, and Robinson, I think they're kind of cooking a little bit. Like, all they have to do is
Tracy. What's his name? The other running back too.
Tyrone Tracy. Yeah, he's not half bad either.
He's pretty damn good.
I mean, that's not they just got to supplement the offensive line a little bit.
Line needs some work
and hit on the head coach, and I think you could be a borderline playoff team next year.
Their defense is good.
They're not. I mean, their D line is good. I wouldn't
they have the
say
best. They have like a top 5 D line in the league.
Yeah, I mean, you got Sexy Dexy out there, Ryan Burns, Abdul Carter's been terrible, but he's gonna turn it around. I think he's just too good not to. Kayvon Thibodeau is still there. There's a lot of talent on this team, and I think they just need it to be healthy and active, and then I think they'll be okay.
Shout out Jalen for this. Tell me Ayuk is on the list. Brandon Ayuk, you are a moron. You're an idiot. I don't know what's going on with you. I don't know why you have such an ego thinking that you're a top wide receiver in this league. You are not top 15, in my opinion. Even when healthy, you're not top 15. Brandon Ayuk, take some pay cuts and just do what you got to do. Okay, please. You are cooked right now. I don't know why I didn't put you on here, but you're just not good. I don't think he's that good in my opinion. Like, he could have been good on the Steelers. Could have been good on the Patriots. They were going to trade him there, and he said no. Why? Why would you not trade him there?
If
Why?
they
Why would you
had
not let him go?
Diggs, him, and like Kayshawn Booty out there, that's a really good 3.
Dude, he's a moron. I hate wide receivers and players like that. Dude, you cannot have that ego. But cooked list. Welcome. Jamar Chase, still, you're an idiot. You lost that game. They lost that game because of you. T. Higgins is also on here somewhere, but Jamar Chase is the biggest outlier there, and you are now 3-8 because of that. You could have helped win that game. That was a winnable game. That was a very winnable game, and Jamar Chase could have been a big part of that win if you did not spit on Jalen Ramsey last week. I'm very happy they fined you $500,000. I think Jalen Ramsey did exactly what he was supposed to do, put his hands on you, because another man spits on you. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Let that happen?
It's the ultimate form of disrespect.
You're spitting on me, my family, my entire existence. You are getting your hands. I'm putting my hands on you. Jalen Ramsey got fined $50,000, $15,000, and I mean, it's worth it. You know, I just don't. I don't think.
I
That's
mean, they gave Jamar a way bigger fine for a reason. That's all I'm gonna say.
right.
Like, they gave Jalen a slap on the wrist. Like, any man would defend himself in that situation.
Right. 9. I really got much to say, man. You can take the reins on this guy.
So I was almost in shock watching that game because I don't even think, and this might be a hot take, I don't think Green Bay's defense was that good in that game. Micah Parsons was fantastic. Devontae Wyatt was very good. Isaiah McDuffie had a couple plays, but a lot of it was just 9 missing open receivers, not seeing open receivers. JJ's breaking open 30 yards down the field, 9 doesn't see it, walks right into a sack. Like, I truly think that if Sam Darnold quarterbacks that game, it's close. At minimum, it's close. Because Sam Darnold actually knows how to get the ball to his playmakers. Jordan Addison was a no-show. TJ Hawkinson's been a no-show all year. Justin Jefferson's been a no-show for the most part. Like, and whose fault is that? It's 9. It's 9's fault. 9 is, he's been awful. I was not very high on him coming out of college. A lot of people were, David. But I mean, I don't know. Like, 9 is just, there's a stat out there that like his I think it's his EPA per play is second worst of the last 25 years, only better than Jamarcus Russell.
Yep.
Like, I just don't think he's good enough to play in the NFL, and he was covered up at Michigan by a really, really good defense and a really, really good running game. He never had to do anything. Like, that's why I never really trusted him, is he never had to win games by himself, whereas a lot of the other top quarterbacks have had to do that.
JJ McCarthy is one of the worst quarterbacks I've watched play live in a very long time. And I don't say that lightly. I think I'm genuinely being serious when I say this. He showed some bright spots early in the year when he was healthy. The first game against the Bears, he was shitty in the first half, and then he became good. I don't know. I saw some bright spots. I thought, hey, maybe he can prove me wrong here, but then he got hurt. Now he's hurt again. And it's just like, dude. And then you hear guys like David make excuses for the guy, like, whoa, O-line's not helping him. I'm like, bro, he has the 2 best wide receiver duo. He had arguably the best duo in the league from last year. And
I mean, and Jalen Naylor's not even a bad 3. Like, and Hawkinson was an all-pro level tight end at one point.
You have a good O-line. You have,
and
Aaron
even then,
Jones.
Like, where's the Christian Darrisaw looked horrible on Sunday against Micah Parsons. He's supposed to be like a Pro Bowl level tackle, and Micah made him look like a rookie.
Well, he does do that to people. Micah Parsons does, but still, you're right. I don't know.
No, but like the reason I bring that up is I saw people like Vikings fans on Twitter, like they're early in the season, like there was this AI image of like Darrisaw standing over Micah after he pancaked him. And it was making the rounds on Sunday, that's for sure. Because, like I said, he looked terrible. Like, Darrisaw, like, every O-lineman's entitled to a bad game or two, but that wasn't just bad. That was really bad.
I think Justin Jefferson's gonna get out of there. I really do. I don't know where he's gonna go, but I can't blame him if he wants to leave. Him and Jamar Chase, really. I think it's really up in the air for both of them, but I don't think anyone wants their contracts. But still, I think it's not up. It's not really a bad conversation to have that they're just not going to do good. I hate the Saints and Falcons very much. Watching them play football is like horrible for my eyes. The Falcons are obviously better, but not by much. They only have 4 wins this year. I thought they were a lot better. Then I looked at their record and I'm like, dude, how are they losing these games? Like they have a pretty good roster. You have a chance to win the division. The Panthers are in front of you to win the division right now. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers just lost against the Rams. I mean, that division is very close and very not good. So, the Buccaneers being this injured coming into the season, with the offense not being healthy, Bucky Irving, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin missing time. They missed some O linemen. I forget the names, but they have some defensive pieces that are out as well. And I don't know. I just I don't think I don't know. I don't know about the Falcons anymore, man. I'm very confused.
The way I look at this Atlanta or like this game, it's like a would you rather question. Would you rather write an essay or take an exam? They both suck, but you probably like one slightly more than the other one, and whichever one for you is the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on, man. Michael Penix got hurt. Like Kirk Cousins is your backup, and you're still paying him like $100 million. Oh my god, the team's they give me a headache, So they have to be on here. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Look, we have to have a talk, and it's about the AFC GMs. I'm going to get into this real quick. Do you realize? I'll give you an example for the Chiefs. The Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes. They have one of the best tight ends in the world of all time. They have one of the best offensive-minded coaches ever. They have a very good defense. They have some wide receivers on them. But why worry about getting a number one wide receiver when you already have the best tight end? You have to surround him with, pretty good wide receivers. And that's, Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Juju Smith-Schuster. You got Thornton sometimes. Look, now take that team, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Outside of Derrick Henry and James Cook, what the hell did they have? Josh Allen has a pretty good O-line. I'll give him that. His best weapon is Khalil Shakir. His second best weapon is Keon Coleman.
I wouldn't even say Keon Coleman. I'd say like Dalton Kincaid, honestly.
Right. Okay, Chris,
Keon Coleman is a travesty, man.
Do you remember when the Bills almost beat the Chiefs in the AFC divisional round or AFC championship even, when they had Cole Beasley, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, all those good guys? You remember that? You remember those games?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Gabe Davis had like 4 touchdowns.
Have you noticed that the Bills have gone backwards every single? They get rid of Gabe Davis.
That's what I said earlier. It's like they're getting incrementally worse year over year.
But the thing is same thing's happening for the Ravens. The last time the Ravens were competitive, they had one of the best defenses we've ever seen. Okay, right? And then they also had Odell. They had Zay Flowers. Lamar's best wide receiver is Zay Flowers. If I'm a defensive coordinator for the Chiefs, if you want to get past the Chiefs, I'll say this. The Chiefs have all the pieces to win. Okay? If I'm looking at the Bills and the Ravens, well, all I got to do is worry about how creative they're going to get with Lamar and Josh Allen. And in the playoffs, the first thing you guys do in the playoffs is take away the run. Derrick Henry and James Cook. All right, scratch that off the list.
Obviously, the Chiefs have a really good run defense.
Okay, right.
That's their strength.
Now, wouldn't you think as a GM, after seeing that for multiple years, by the way, what we saw in the Super Bowl, what the Eagles did with their wide receivers, and they shut down Saquon Barkley, right? Now, imagine if Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen had some wide receivers to go play some football. I don't think people understand how important this stuff is when they're in the AFC has a genuine issue with this. And the Chargers are also the same way. I know they have, Justin Herbert's best weapon right now is an old Keenan Allen, who I love to death, but it's not going to get you past anything in the playoffs. I'm sorry, it won't. It won't. I love Keenan Allen. He's my favorite wide receiver ever, but it's not going to get you past right now. He's like 34 years old. Quentin Johnson and Lad McConkey are not ready to be the number ones yet. The AFC has a major problem with GMing, and I think we all need to realize that because we're so like stuck on putting it on quarterbacks. We are.
I wonder, like, if you look at some of the best teams in the league right now, like Seattle, for example, Darnold isn't making 60 mil a year. He's making in the 30s.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at teams that are more solidly built, like from a foundational standpoint, the Rams are another one. I don't know off the top of my head what Stafford is making, but I know it's not tops in the league.
He got a little bit of extension, but he's not making as much as he's deserved.
I mean, he's not making Jordan Love money. He's not making Trevor Lawrence money, I don't think. Like,
which is ridiculous.
Burrow money, Hurts money. Like, the Eagles are the exception just because Howie Roseman is a wizard. But
now you remember when the Bengals beat the Chiefs in the playoffs? What did they have? Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. They had a pretty good. I forget the tight end.
Good enough defense. The defense was good enough at that time. They had Joe Mixon.
They had a great defense.
Joe Burrow was still on his rookie deal at that time.
Yeah, he had a great defense. They had a great defense that year. I remember Joe Burrow was getting sacked. They had a horrible O-line. That's what lost in the Super Bowl. But they were still competitive in the Super Bowl because they had all the pieces to do so. And that's exactly what the AFC is missing right now. I don't understand how you can have Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and think, hey, just go out there and throw to these scrubs for me and we can win these games. It does not make sense. Your run game is going to get stopped in the playoffs. Derrick Henry is not going to be the same as he is right now in the playoffs. Saquon Barkley in the Super Bowl was completely stopped. In the playoffs, he was great because it's Saquon Barkley. But Derrick Henry was stopped by the Bills. James Cook was stopped by the Chiefs. It's a continuation of you have to have balance on your offense everywhere else. But that's my rant. Sorry. Saquon Barkley's on the cook list as well. I don't know what's going on with him.
10 carries for 22 yards. Not good.
I don't know. The O-line's good too. So I don't know if it's him or I don't know if it's play calling. Maybe it is. Chargers O-line, even though they had a bye. I just hate them. Mike Tomlin, I don't like your coaching recently, dude. I really don't. It's a lot of very questionable. Mason Rudolph didn't
see, like, I said something in the chat and I got flamed for it a couple weeks ago. At what point do we have the Mike Tomlin conversation?
Who you hire though? That's the thing.
That's part of it. Because as long as Tomlin is there, they're gonna want to try and keep up that never had a losing season thing, and they're never gonna fully commit to what I think they have to do, which is just kind of blow it up and rebuild. Because they've been treading water in the exact same spot for 5 years now. They're in football hell. You make the 7 seed, you maybe miss the playoffs by a game, you don't get your ass kicked by the Bills, or the Ravens, or the Chiefs, or this year the Broncos, or whoever, or even the Colts.
They can compete.
The Colts aren't going to turn the ball over 6 times again, especially at home.
Right. I agree. I don't know. The Steelers are just not.
I think something has to happen, whether it's Mike Tomlin getting fired, whether it's a shakeup personnel-wise, especially in offense, because there's just not enough talent there.
Where would I don't know where Mike Tomlin would even go either.
I don't know if he'd want to keep coaching. He's been in this for so long. He might just want to hang it up.
It's true. The Titans purposely are losing. I don't know if they're purposely losing or not, but they looked competitive against the Seahawks. They're kind of cooked still. Just for that thought of popping up in my mind. They look pretty competitive. Aaron Glenn against good teams is just not a good coach. I know he doesn't have much to work with, but he's just going for it on 4th down in Baltimore with Tyrod Taylor.
He's like Dan Campbell without anything that makes Dan Campbell Dan Campbell.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. And I don't know. He's not impressing me. Oh, I forgot to put Ben Johnson in the baked list. He's great. He's been great all year. Daniel Jones, goddamn it, you lost in the game because you just can't make a goddamn pass for some reason. I know their defense is good, but you got some good wideouts. That's another team that doesn't really have a standout wideout. I know they have Michael Pittman. They have Pierce, I guess. I forget who the third one is.
Well, their standout is Jonathan Taylor.
Right.
That's their standout.
They have Weeks, I think his name is. You got Tyler Warren. I know that. They're kind of like the Chiefs in that aspect. You have a really good tight end and some okay wide receivers. And you got a really good running back in Jonathan Taylor.
This is going off topic. Would you call Travis Kelce really good anymore?
No, I'm just saying
he's good.
I'm saying in their run though. In their run, he was
that's fair,
best,
but
you know what I mean?
I just don't think that. Well, for one thing, I don't think Daniel Jones is ever going to be anywhere close to what Patrick Mahomes is.
No. I'm saying team-wise, though. Team wise, they have all the pieces to
I
win.
see what you're saying. Yeah.
Brock Purdy, you are horrible. You're in Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence got outplayed by Jacoby Brisket. I think I
I
don't
heard
know.
a comparison yesterday that Trevor Lawrence is just Jameis Winston, but like with long hair. And I honestly think that's fair.
Dude, he's not good.
Like at this point, Trevor Lawrence is such a weird player to where I don't know whether he's good or not. Like it depends. It's literally a series to series thing with him, whether he's good.
Can we talk about Brock Purdy and how horrible he looked yesterday? CMC and Kittle both.
I'd be lying if I said I watched more than like a couple minutes of that game.
Well, you don't even have to. I mean, go look at the highlights.
That game, it looked like melatonin ball from what, like, honestly, I might have been better off trying to get some sleep before work by throwing that game on, and I would have just fell asleep trying to watch it.
Oh, shout out JC Horn. He picked Brock Purdy off twice. I forgot to put him on the baked list. He was great. The Cardinals organization is pathetic. I don't know what's going on there. I genuinely, they look so competitive. Kyler Murray's nowhere to be found again. He needs to get out of there and go be competitive somewhere else. He can go. Where can Kyler Murray go? That's a good question. Where can he go?
Pittsburgh.
Oh, oh, and that division would be so annoying if Kyler Murray was in there, dude. Oh my God. No, don't hire Jesse Minter. Jesse Minter is not getting a coaching job in the NFL anytime soon with the way his defense is looking right now. We also kind of need him. I don't think he would want to leave until we are successful as a Chargers organization. I think he's very committed to that team. But Jesse Minter needs to stay a D coordinator, my friend. Aaron Glenn, we already said that. It's Kevin Stefanski. I'm sick of you, dude. I'm really sick of watching this man coach. Listen, I'm going to break this down for you, Chris. Shedeur Sanders is in the game, right? Putting up some crazy throws, getting them deep in the end zone. And then he calls Wildcat twice. He hasn't called Wildcat since week 2 or week 1 against the Bengals. And he called bro, I'm trying to tell you, there's a genuine hate for Shedeur Sanders. They don't want him to be the reason that they win games. I'm trying to tell you. I don't know how to prove it.
I'm not going to go tinfoil hat on you here because, like, I think that's a little bit out there. But
dude,
I don't think Kevin Stefanski makes it past this season, so I don't really think you have much to worry about. What Cleveland just needs to do this offseason is just address the skill positions in the offensive line. Like, the defense is already set.
Didn't even give him a game ball. He's the first rookie starter to first start his game and win a game in the Browns. Like,
I guess I didn't know about that. So, I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to go full tinfoil hat and say, like, oh, he hates him, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to sabotage him, but
I'm trying to tell you, I can't prove it. But it's so obvious that they don't want him to be the reason that they win games. And they want to start Dylan Gabriel. So I'm trying to tell you, Chris, bro, at the 5-yard line, Shedeur is the reason you're there. He threw a pass to Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy fumbled. The wide receivers were selling him the entire game. And when Shedeur puts you in position to score, you give it to Judkins, which is, hey, Judkins scores. He can score. But Shedeur said, give him that moment. Give him a chance to show you, like, hey, I can throw a touchdown here. You know, I can help you win this game. The score should have been way higher than it really was because they would run, pass when Shedeur is like 3rd and 10 instead of giving him better positions of like run, pass, or pass, run. I don't know. It's very hard to watch.
I mean, frankly, I don't think Kevin Stefanski is a good enough coach to deserve my time for talking about him. So I think we should just move on because nothing's going to change. They're not a good football team. That's that. Shedeur's in a terrible situation. I feel like if we just rehash this every single week, it's going to get really tired because, like, we know what we're going to get with that team. Really good defensive play, horrible offensive play. Like, I'm just going to shrug my shoulders pretty much the rest of the season. Unless Shedeur is either really good or really bad.
The Vikings can't win with 9. I know we talked about it a little bit, but I genuinely think they're really dumb for giving up Sam Darnold to the Seahawks, who are now the best team in the league, it looks like. AFC has a GM problem. We already talked about that. Bryce Young. Man, he looked pretty bad last night. I'm not going to lie. Panthers coaching staff does not help him. It was the 1-yard line that made Bryce Young throw in the end zone, and it was a pick. Why?
I can't tell whether Dave Canales is a horrible head coach or a passable head coach.
It's not very good.
I mean, but the thing is, they've won 6 games, and for Carolina, that's a lot because they haven't done anything the last couple of years. They do have a couple good wins on their schedule, but then they also have these games where they just roll over and die the second the ball's kicked. Like, it just makes no sense.
Yeah, Rico Doodle didn't have a good game last night. Yes, I called him Doodle, not Dowdle, because he doesn't deserve his real name today. He cost me my fantasy week last night. So you're a cook. JT, he gets a pass, but like, you have
running
the best
backs.
line.
The Chiefs' game plan was pretty clear. They just wanted to stop him. They stacked the box.
It was a playoff atmosphere game, bro. They had a playoff plan against him because he's a playoff player and he's disgusting. I mean, you let him break free.
But the thing is, like, I'm gonna give JT a pass for this one because they dared him to beat him through the air and they couldn't. Like, it's on Daniel Jones if they're gonna commit all their guys to stopping Jonathan Taylor to be able to take the top off the defense and make him respect the pass, and they didn't, and that's why he struggled.
Genty, also, I don't know, man. I'm scared. I'm scared that he's not gonna be able to be healthy with this team because they're just so bad. T. Higgins, you had a chance to be wide receiver 1 this week and decided to shit the bed and then get concussed. So now you're going to miss Thursday night against the Ravens, which is a really big game for you guys because if you lose this game, you're officially out of the playoffs and you're officially out of, they're already 3-8, I think, or 4-8, one of those.
That contract at this rate, with how much he gets hurt and the fact that he hasn't been super effective this season, could turn out to be one of the worst ones in football. I didn't think it made a ton of sense when they signed it either because they're committing all their money into 4 guys on that team.
You could have traded for like a Rashid Shaheed like the Seahawks did in midseason. You could have done that, but you decided to stick with T. Higgins, which is whatever, man. I mean, to each his own, but I think he should have been somewhere else. I think he should be wide receiver somewhere else. But Baker Mayfield, you sucked this week. I know you got hurt, but even before you got hurt, you sucked. The Rams really exposed this team for what they really are, unfortunately, and that's an NFC South team. They looked like one on Sunday.
They're all right. That's what they are. They're just okay.
Yep. Tampa Bay as a whole was horrible. Like I said, Kirk Cousins. We already talked about them a little bit, but it's kind of funny just talking about them a little bit. Kirk, Tyler Shuck. We talked about them as well. Oh my God, I hate watching them play football so much. Where's Dallas Goedert? And Jalen Hurts sucks in the close games. That's another thing that I'm really concerned about. Dallas Goedert is nowhere to be found ever. Tyrod Taylor sucks. Aaron Jones, where are you? And Justin Jefferson and Addison.
I didn't think Aaron Jones was a problem this week. I actually thought he was fine when he got the ball. The problem is, well, number one, Kevin O'Connell is a very pass-heavy coach. Like, in their system, it's very much deep ball passing oriented. So I don't pin this. Now, is this part of me just because I like Aaron Jones because he's fun and he's a former Packer and I loved him when he was here? Maybe a little bit, but I don't think this game was on him at all. Like, every time he touched the ball, he looked fine. It's just
not on him. But
when 9 is your quarterback, you can only do so much.
I want to see more out of Aaron Jones, but